I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I got talked into this. As soon as we started talking about all this stuff, I was like, oh man.
All right, let's bring it in, everybody.
All right.
Josh, want to introduce us?
How do I introduce us?
I don't know. Do you have an intro plan?
I do not.
Okay.
Welcome back
Welcome for the first time.
to Jeff and Josh. Jeff can't make it again today, so I've got Nathan filling in for me. Nathan, thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
And we got Austin on
Everything.
everything.
How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Great.
You're riding the bull. I see it's out of frame.
Mm-hmm.
I realize I didn't provide any beverages
It's
for
okay.
anybody today.
I actually have a water bottle down here,
I'm gonna
so
grab.
hopefully
grab a beverage.
I don't get too slurpy
during the
while I
podcast.
drink. I don't know what we're doing right now.
Should I put tape over the branding on this, or just like turn it away?
There you go.
Maybe just turn
Okay.
it away. Great.
Well, it's the first podcast. I don't know how you guys are feeling about that.
Well, I'm pretty excited. I don't really know what we're doing, but
Me neither.
it's gonna
I
be
figured
fun.
we just talk about Josh today.
Great. As one of the
Sounds like a
co-hosts,
plan.
we'll talk about Jeff when he's finally available to
Right.
join us.
when
But
he can be with us.
we're gonna leave all of Jeff's information for when he joins
We'll
us.
put it on the internet.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can just Google it.
Mailing address. All right, Josh.
Okay.
Well, you are one of those people that I feel like, I don't know about you, Austin, but when you first met Josh, where did you think he was from?
That's a really good question.
There's one answer to this question.
Only one.
That answer is Canada. He is
Yeah.
just a tall drink of clearly Canadian, and I feel like I'm shocked. Well, I guess not really, because you're from Augusta.
Yeah,
which is
pretty
like,
far north in Montana. you
How
know,
far
it's-
south from Canada is that?
Oh, if
Did you hear how he said that? Oh,
Oofta. If you could actually drive straight to Canada from Augusta, I think it'd only take hour and a half to 2 hours maybe
Okay.
to drive up there. But you have to go down to Great Falls, which is an hour away, then drive all the way north up through Havre to get to Canada, or you can drive up to Conrad. But either way, it's like there's nothing where you get to anyway. So to actually get to anywhere where people are at in Canada, it's quite a ways.
right, because it's like British Columbia, right? Is directly
think
it's
so.
split between British Columbia and geography.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Canada geography.
But
so-
like you can get to Calgary. I think that's the closest big Canadian
Probably,
city,
yeah.
right? Because you pass through that on the way to Banff, which is
okay.
like 9 hours from here.
Yeah, I've never been to Banff.
Oh, buddy.
I know.
Oh, buddy.
I've
Being
been-
Canadian, I'm kind of shocked that you haven't been to the greatest,
The greatest
national park in
my
your home
country.
country. Right.
I know, it's unbelievable.
I honestly was kind of hoping you were going to wear a flannel today.
Oh man! If
but then
put
I
on
saw
a
the
flannel-
weather was good, and I was like,
Yeah.
he's not going to be wearing a flannel.
If you give me a shirt that just says "Oh Canada"
Uh-huh.
or something like a Canadian maple leaf, I would wear that every podcast.
Do you know
honestly.
the lyrics to the
You know,
Canadian?
I know a little bit of it. I know it's "Oh Canada,
Okay.
my home and native land, true patriot love," and that's all I know.
Well, that's
So,
like a line farther than
anyone else,
anybody
really
else knows. So.
besides true Canadians.
I don't even know if true Canadians know the whole
That's
thing.
true. Honestly, there's a small part of me that kind of wishes I was Canadian. Just there's something about Canada that just fascinates me. I don't know what it is.
Is it
I
the
think-
fact that they're relentlessly apologetic?
Well,
Not to stereotype.
no. I think it's their manners in general.
Mm-hmm.
Just really, I just love them. They're so nice.
You are
It's just like you're
Canadian.
just friendly people, and the way they talk, I kind of talk like that sometimes, and I just get them. I think maybe I don't at all, but I feel like I just get Canadian people. I only know a handful because
Okay.
sometimes they come down here, but
Like during the winter, they migrate every once in a while.
subtle snowbirds from very very cold to kind of cold.
I don't know if that'd actually be a good. Are you trading up if you're going from Canada to Montana though? Because I feel like climate wise, it's pretty similar.
Yeah, pretty
And just
similar.
you-
I mean, Bozeman's wonderful place.
Right.
So I don't know. I've never been to Canada. Period. Which is just crazy because I live so close, and apparently you think I am Canadian. So
Yeah.
the fact that I've never been there.
Well, okay. Can we take you to Canada and
Yes.
then make a documentary about
We
Josh
should.
goes? Josh
Like,
visited his homeland
I mean-
for the first time.
I can just imagine like we're gonna go get like I think Tim Hortons coffee is like
Yes.
the most famous thing. It's like the Starbucks of Canada.
Exactly.
I feel like I have to try it.
Except for it's supposed to be like actually good.
Yeah.
I think that Starbucks has a reputation here of like not being great
Right.
coffee.
Yeah.
But I haven't
Tim
met a
Hortons-
Canadian who doesn't like
Right.
legitimately Tim Hortons.
Which I would love. And then I think they probably have good donuts. And I just want to see loonies and toonies. You know, they're little.
and the
I think
Blooney.
those are, yeah.
The Blooney, right?
I don't-
Blooney and Toonie.
Is it Blooney and Toonie? I thought it was just
Or
a
is it-
loony.
is
and
it
a
loony?
toonie. I don't know.
Is Blooney like a pirate term?
I think it's the balloon you're thinking
Oh,
of.
okay. Yeah. also poutine.
Poutine.
Have you had poutine?
I actually have had poutine before, and poutine is
You
just
gotta not smack the
wonderful.
table, my dude.
Okay. I just get so excited about Canada, apparently,
Clearly.
that I want to smack the table.
But you have had poutine
I have had poutine.
and you liked it.
It's good.
What?
I mean,
it's just
it's-
cheese curds, fries, and gravy, right?
exactly.
Is that it?
I mean, those are three great American things.
Sounds amazing.
And so
what
you just,
kind of cheese curd though?
I think I would probably go with a cheddar cheese curd, but that's usually just the cheese curd I think of. So I don't
Okay.
know if there's any other kind.
Okay.
But
And
and it's melted cheese curds, so it's gooey, and I mean warm gravy on top of fries. Like those things just all mixed together. It just makes me want to be Canadian because that's the most patriotic thing I've ever heard of is poutine.
oh wow. Okay, you get out of here. If it's not a hamburger, you're not an American. Okay. I don't know. I
I
haven't.
think Josh really is Canadian
I-
then in that case.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
don't think-
sounding
I mean,
like it.
we have any way
We're
around
just
it.
gonna keep it low key, actually Canadian. Everyone in Canada probably is gonna hate me once they see this, but
All three of our watchers, none of which are Canadian.
well, you don't know. Some really nice guy from Canada might just want to subscribe to all those YouTube channels with no subscribers.
You know, sometimes Reddit will do a thing where they'll put they'll get a random generator that finds a random Instagram page or Twitter
Yeah.
or YouTube or whatever, and then they'll just mass subscriber follow to that account.
Nice.
And just there's some days when I'm like, why couldn't it be me? Like
Maybe one
even
day.
if I don't deserve them or earn their viewage, it'd be cool to just like be able to have just thousands of people read my stupid tweets, you know, because there's currently only like tens of people reading my
Right.
stupid tweets.
That's kind of why I stopped using Twitter. Actually, was like I had it and I was just following people. I wasn't making a lot of tweets anyway because I just don't think of those small 120 character things to say.
It's 140, and
Is
actually
it?
now,
Oh,
excuse me, it's 280 now. They upped it.
well, this is how much I use Twitter. Is I don't know how many characters you can have, but it was just me following it and. There was nothing else going really on, and I was just like, "Why do I use this?" So I stopped using it. I still have an account. I think it's—I don't even know what my Twitter
you
handle
want to plug
is.
your Twitter
I should. You can follow
after
me.
admitting that you've never tweet? Have you ever tweeted?
I have. I think the last thing I tweeted. Sometimes I retweeted things. You know, that I don't think that really counts.
No.
The last thing I tweeted was a line from a Beautiful Eulogy song,
Okay.
and I don't remember what line it was now. To
Okay.
be honest with you.
I remember retweeting you
Oh.
because you tweeted Aaron Schreiber said be a team sport instead of be a team player. I thought that was pretty funny. So I retweeted
I think
that.
the same night that she tweeted me saying, I'm going to finish listening to this rap song. No, I'm going to finish listening to this Disney song, and then I'm going to listen to a bunch of hip hop.
Okay.
Was word for word what I said because we were at Cold Smoke studying, and I was like listening to Disney, and then I was like, I'm in the mood for some
You gotta
hip
get
hop
hype.
now. You know, you got to get pumped because it was like probably Mulan's "Be a Man Out of You," if we're gonna be honest, or "Make a Man Out of You." I think is the name of this. I can't remember.
Be a man out of you doesn't make sense anyways, so we'll go with that.
None of that makes sense. Half of what I say doesn't make sense. But then she said something dumb too, so I tweeted her to get back at her tweeting
Gotcha.
something weird I said.
Well, the weird thing was we were all three at a party together, so we were
Right.
just like tweeting about each other, retweeting because
It was a good time.
we're millennials.
That's how Twitter works. I
That's
think.
what Walmart says we do.
Yeah, sounds right.
Nah. Okay.
Yep.
But you're not Canadian, though.
I'm not Canadian.
That's the point
Yeah,
of this. But you really are. You are
Yeah.
Canadian.
Down
So.
deep in my bones, maybe I truly am Canadian.
Okay.
I don't know.
You mentioned earlier today
Oh yeah.
something about your car, which you
Okay.
named Matilda.
Yep. Okay. So I drive a 2000 Impala, Austin. I don't know if you've seen my car before.
Yes.
It looks great.
Is it the one that the bumper fell off on the highway? Is it the same one?
No. I didn't lose a piece of the bumper on the highway. You know, it had those plastic black lines on the side that just are there for
Oh, yeah.
aesthetics.
Yeah.
I was driving down the highway coming back from, I think, Three Forks.
Okay.
And the driver's side, the back left side door plastic thing was just flapping in the wind. And then I just look back and it's like flying off about to hit another car behind me. I'm like, oh man. So cosmetically, it's a piece of junk. It has a giant hole in the front bumper.
Okay. Is
It's
that
got-
your fault?
Partially.
So yes.
Well, it came when I got the car. The bumper was already cracked and falling apart. And then
Okay.
one day I was backing out of my drive and I caught that part of the bumper on the tire of my roommate's pickup, and it just pulled off
Okay.
the bit of bumper. So that was my fault.
Okay. Yeah. I
we'll
was
just
gonna say,
it's
what do
my
you mean
fault.
partially?
Well, the crack was already there, and so it just broke along the
Oh,
crack and
got
ripped
it.
off
Okay.
that chunk. It was already pretty loose, and so I just finished the job
Okay.
pretty much. But this car, I think when I first got it, the first year it ran fine, and then it started having some transmission issues. Like there was a time when it's an automatic car, but there was a few times when I would drive it and come to a complete stop, and then I'd start going again, and it was like I let out the clutch too fast.
Okay.
But it's an automatic car, so I can't do that. And so it was just killing itself,
Oh.
trying to accelerate. I'm like, I don't know really what to do because it's an automatic and it should be shifting on its own.
Sure.
I changed the transmission fluid with Colin Moore once, and we it was the same color as the oil. And,
Oh, buddy.
you know,
Oh,
red
buddy,
transmission
no.
fluid and black oil should not look alike at all.
No.
So we've changed that out, and it resolved some of the problems. It still has it runs pretty high RPMs at anything over 45. But recently, it's been having this other problem where I think it's either I'm just dumb and my starter's going bad, and I just need to replace that, which would be pretty simple, I think. Or the neutral safety switch is going out in my car. And the neutral safety switch is what prevents you from turning on your car unless you're in neutral or park. When that starts to go bad, even if you're in neutral or park, the car doesn't turn on.
Oh, okay. It doesn't go the other way.
Right,
Where it's
right,
instant
right.
freedom.
Yeah, it's not instant freedom, which is good. I think I don't want to just have it and drive and just turn it on and drive right into my roommate's pickup or through the garage door or something.
Okay.
What did I do? But that's been an issue for a couple weeks now, where every now and then you'll just start going first thing in the morning and just nothing. It's not trying to crank or anything. And so this morning I was thinking, I was asked to pick up donuts before church. And said, okay, I'll go pick up the donuts. So at 8 a.m., I'm just thinking, man, I don't know if I'm going to get my car started, honestly. So I go out to double check, and it just turns on fine. It's like one turn, cranks right away, and you're like, okay, I'm
golden.
money.
Oh, dear.
Turn it off, go back inside. 8:30, go to leave to pick up the donuts, and nothing.
Wait, you left it running the whole time?
No, I shut it off.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, I have a half an hour, I'm going to shut it off. So
Okay.
I shut it off, went back out to turn it on, and it wasn't even trying to crank.
So what
this
you're telling
time.
me is you wasted.
Yeah,
your
I wasted
one
my good start for the day.
You could have been stuck at a donut shop, but
Yeah,
instead,
instead I was stuck at my home trying to get the donuts.
Okay.
And so I'm in a pickle where I'm like, I'm supposed to get donuts. People are depending on me. And my car's not turning on.
okay.
And so I'm just sitting there for a bit, I don't know what to do. I open up the hood, I look inside, I'm like, well, I don't know anything about the electronics part of the things. And if it's the neutral safety switch, that's in the transmission, and I can't just drop that right now.
Right. Well, I mean, you could.
You could, but I don't have the tools to do that, I guess is the big problem. And so I just kind of sat around for a little bit, and about 8:45, I tried again, and I pulled it into neutral, tried it, and it just cranked and turned on. I was like, I don't know what the deal is. But this has happened a number of times
Okay.
with my car. There was one time I left after Cross Life at 10 o'clock. And so it's Thursday night. It's 10 o'clock. I'm in the church parking lot, and no one's there because it's 10 o'clock at night. And so I'm sitting in my car, and it's raining out. I'm like, this is just the perfect time for it to not work. And it doesn't. I'm just sitting there. Nothing's happening. I'm like, well, this just stinks. So I'm sitting there for 15 minutes. I call one of my roommates. He doesn't answer. I'm like, that sounds about right. He's from a small town and never answers his phone.
Whoa. Just threw small towns under the bus here.
Well, I'm from a small town, so I don't feel too bad about that. All
right.
We said Augusta, and everyone's like, never heard of it. You're like,
yeah.
yeah.
Same.
And so then I call my other roommate, and he doesn't answer. And then texts me, he says, hey, sorry, I'm at the airport. Apparently his uncle came in out of the country. And so I'm just sitting there, kind of just hosed, well, this stinks. And so I'm trying to think through the last time that happened. I tried for a while, gave up on it, went back inside, sat around for a bit, went back out and tried again, and it cranked and turned on the last time it happened. So I was like, well, maybe if I just open and close my door, it'll work. So I open my door and then I close it again, and then I turn the key and it cranks and turns on. I'm like, what is wrong with
That's
my car
weird.
right now?
So it's
So-
still either the percussive maintenance of
Yes.
slamming your door,
Right.
or electrically whatever happened when you did that.
Just something, or it
Or
just randomly happened that it was right after I tried it that time.
Okay.
So I don't really know what's going on with my car. I'm hesitant. I don't want to just buy a new starter if it's not the starter, because it's not like a hugely expensive thing, but it's still like $80, and then you have to spend the time switching it out. And if that's not the problem, I don't want to change that.
Right. Could you get your starter tested? I don't know
I
anything
think-
about cars.
I
I know you
think
can get
you
your
can.
alternator tested, but
Yeah,
I don't know
I think
about
I
the
could
starter.
probably get the starter tested. Maybe it's the alternator too. I don't know.
Could
Could
be.
be anything. I just assume part of me assumes, since I've been having transmission problems for like 2 years with this car, that the neutral safety switch inside the transmission is also going out, and I'm kind of like, this is great.
Sure.
So that's
Fun.
my car.
That's
Matilda
that's
is-
a hard fix too, to pull the neutral safety switch out.
You have
Yeah,
to
it's
open up the transmission and everything, and I'm just
Have
like, I'm
you,
not
have you
gonna-
done it, Ust?
No, but I've helped Colin work on his cars, and
What problem has Colin not had with the car?
I don't know that there is one.
Yeah. The nice thing is Colin knows enough about cars from YouTube now that he was the one who helped me change my transmission fluid. He could probably help me fix anything that happens with
Yeah.
the car.
Yep.
And just love spending the time doing it. So you just have to pay for the parts, and he does
Right.
that, like maybe eat a meal with him and he'd be happy. So
True. The funny thing is, I feel like I'm feeling now we should probably have Colin on because we're talking about him a lot. But
We
he
are.
has one of the greatest stories I've ever heard when it comes to car repair. He was working on his car. He had taken the door panel off. He was working on this. You know where I'm going with this. He his car is running low on gas, and I think he'd taken it into town, maybe for church or something. But he pulls into the gas station, and he realized that the switch to open the gas cap is gone because he took the door panel off, and he couldn't get it. He couldn't get it to turn. Or he couldn't like short the wires or anything, so he had to go home, put the door panel back on, and then go back to the gas station because the switch wasn't there. So
Wow.
that was a pretty great.
that is funny. I'm really like, Matilda doesn't have a switch or anything. You just flip open the little door.
Sure, it's
And
yeah.
it's just when you pull open it. I like those a lot more.
Yeah.
I think like my family has just driven Chevy and Ford, so we just have the little doors. And then
American made.
Yeah, American made, USA baby. Because I'm not
Canadian.
And so the first time I borrowed Lane's car, my old roommate Lane's car, he was driving a Toyota, and I'd never seen that before, and so I went to
You've
fill it
never
up.
seen a Toyota before?
No, I've not seen it.
Oh, the
I've seen
switch.
the little switch
Oh,
before.
okay.
So I pulled up to this gas station and go to fill up with gas. I'm just sitting there looking at it like, how the heck do you open this thing
You
up?
like pull out a screwdriver or
And
your
so,
knife.
well, I was like trying to pry it open. I'm like, it just doesn't open up. So I had to text him and be like, how do you open up your, because for him, it was just this natural thing. And
Right.
I'm like,
It's on the floor, right? Usually
it is on the
Toyota.
floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thankfully, even if the door panel was off, I could have gotten it open.
Right.
But,
That is a problem, though, actually, that I have. I don't know if you have a manually openable or switched gas cap, but like on mine, it's like when it's cold and it freezes, you pull the switch and nothing happens. So you have to like punch the thing to get it to release the ice because there's no way to hook it with your finger.
Sure.
So I guess you'd probably never have that issue.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah, it was super weird, and it just caught me off guard because I was just like, how the heck do you fill these things? Like, I told Lane I would put more gas in because I'd driven it a considerable amount and wanted to
right.
not just hose him and leave him with like a quarter tank of gas or
It's
something.
the Canadian thing to do.
Right, yeah, exactly. Considerate of others. So, but it just threw me off. I was like,
Yeah.
So I like the little handles.
See, mine, it has an electronic solenoid for the thing, so it's actually a button you press,
Oh.
and it pops the thing, and then when you go over 10 miles an hour, it relocks it for you. The thing is,
fancy.
if that ever breaks,
Oh, sure.
hose.
it's
Your hose.
limited amount of time to
Yeah.
get to somewhere to fix it.
Right.
I think that's true for mine too, though, because it's like a mechanical thing, but it runs down the entire vehicle. So
yeah.
there's a lot of room for error there.
Yeah.
Although, it's a professionally made vehicle. What do
Yeah.
I know? Another fun thing that I found out that's been really helpful is that you, on the dashboard, you guys maybe already know this, but there's like next to in the gas gauge,
Oh yeah, it has a little arrow.
there's a little arrow
Yeah.
next to the icon, which tells you which side it's on. So it was great. It was in a rental car in Boston, and I was like,
Yeah.
hey, I already know.
I already know
which side
which
it is.
side.
But most people I talk to don't know that. So it's like,
Yeah.
I just recently discovered that myself.
Yeah.
So
I see. I know that, and then when I go fill up with gas, I forget about that fact.
on your own car,
Well, the thing is, I'm so used to filling up my own car.
This is a
that it's
different
not a
problem,
problem. But I remember, like, that was an issue too when I filled up Lane's car. I was like trying to figure out how to like angle the mirrors properly or like poke my head out fast enough to see which side it was on. And I just kind of ended up taking a lucky guess and got it right. But I was like, there's got to be an easy way to figure this out.
Right.
And now I know. But the other day I was driving my mom's car and I had to ask her which side it was on because I just didn't even think about it. She's like, well, the gas tank thing tells you. And I just completely
So your
forgot that
mom
was the
told you?
thing. Yeah, my mom is smarter than me. So
She knows.
believe it or not.
The other weird thing related to gas, this is a great podcast, guys, is that the gas station closest to my house, it's like a loaf and jug or something, copyright. And they, like the other day I pulled into this gas station. There is nothing alerting me to this at all. Every single pump is gone.
Oh, no.
Like it's just straight up not there.
Like
have you seen
the
this?
handles
Yeah,
are just
I saw
gone?
that.
Or?
No. The whole pump. There are holes in the cement where
No, there's not.
where they used to be, and there's like caution tape all around them. But like, come on, why wouldn't they at least have a sign at the turn-in so I don't have to go in there and then join this giant group of people that's all turning around, trying to get out of the parking lot is way smaller now because there's no more pumps.
Right.
So they completely ripped them out of the ground, and
Wow.
so it's just nothing.
So that's not a gas station anymore.
It's not. It's a convenience store
just
and
a
a
convenience
Cosmic
store.
Pizza, but that's good stuff. From what I've heard, I've never had it.
I've never had it either. Everyone says good things about it.
Madison's over there giving me a thumbs up.
It's a thumbs up.
It's good pizza. Yeah. I've heard that too. It actually, there was like an outside company that came into Bozeman and tried all of our pizzas, and it said Cosmic was the best.
Was the best.
Yeah.
Man.
Which, I don't know. I feel like, what would
Was-
you say is the best pizza
Well,
here?
I mean,
Like local, I guess.
local.
Yeah.
The first time I had Red Tractor, I was pretty blown away.
Garbage.
Really? You don't like Red Tractor pizza?
Pizza.
I
Come
liked
at me,
it.
Red Tractor.
Come on. It was
trash.
It was so good. I mean, I just had a like pepperoni and sausage pizza because I'm the pickiest guy on the planet when it comes to food.
Okay.
But I loved it, and I
Oh,
was
that
like,
gives me an idea for a new segment.
"This is a terrible idea to tell you anything about my life." No,
Ouch, I take offense to that.
I really like their pizza a lot.
Okay.
Rosa's is also really good.
Roses. Yep.
Um,
Mackenzie Rivers.
Mackenzie
You
River
can't
is
beat Mackenzie.
it's bomb.com,
good.
especially when they put steak on pizza. You're like, this is game over.
bread.
So good.
Plus, what was it? Madison, what did we have? It was like chicken avocado.
Chicken avocado pizza. See, I don't
Yeah,
like avocado.
that was good.
So,
You know, it's an acquired taste. It's really creamy for a vegetable,
know,
which
it
is
is.
weird.
it is.
But I don't know. I've been getting down with it. It depends on where you put it. I'll throw it in like a steak taco. In your mouth, ideally. But sometimes the garbage can. Depends on how it's
good,
looking.
How good the avocado actually is.
Yeah. If you put like lime or something acidic on your avocado before you
Yeah.
put it in the fridge, it lasts longer. But
Okay.
if you put it in like a steak taco, it's good. I like
Really?
that a lot.
Steak
Yeah.
tacos and avocado.
And do you like guac?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of heavy.
Yeah, just that green
Like
flavor.
it weighs
just
it.
gets me.
Oh, it's the color.
No.
You don't want to eat it because it's green? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that kind of is what it comes down to, honestly.
No salads.
Right. I am pretty opposed to salad, honestly.
Are you really?
Yeah, I don't like dressing at all.
Okay.
Like I've tried some dressings and I just hate them. And so then
Like vinaigrettes,
Yeah, I don't like
nothing,
vinaigrettes.
ranch.
Vinaigrettes are just too oily. Ranch is too gross.
Okay.
And everyone's like, "Well, you got to put dressing on to make a salad taste better." I'm like, "Then what's the point of eating a salad if
It's
you have to
kinda-
add something to make it taste good?"
Well, it's kind of dry.
Exactly.
Though.
It's
like
literally like, let's just eat these leaves because they're healthy, and then douse it in something that makes you fat. Like that's what people do for.
ooh boy.
And so it drives me bananas. I'm like, why eat that? Like, what's the point? If I'm gonna get
You
fat,
could just eat
I'm gonna
bananas
get-
instead.
It's true. And honestly, if I'm gonna eat something that I know isn't that healthy for me, like ranch, then I'm gonna say I'm just gonna eat pizza because I know pizza's not good for me.
Okay.
And so I'm not gonna pretend I'm eating healthy and then eat ranch.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, well, Elise calls it like peasant fat.
Peasant fat.
I think ultimately, it just I don't know. It is kind of fatty, and I always feel bad when I'm putting it on, but
Yeah.
I like it. There's some people who just need to calm down with the ranch, though.
It's true.
Like get it off my pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, they just dip anything in ranch.
It's true.
Not about
Yeah.
that. I saw
But
someone
it's
dip
good.
fish sticks in ranch instead of tartar sauce.
Fish sticks. That's not good.
No.
Austin.
Okay, wait. Austin,
You're-
are you
you're a
coming to
big
bat for
ranch
ranch
fan.
here?
Yeah, ranch is like the best thing.
Okay, what do you put ranch on that you think we would disapprove of?
Well, I always dip pizza
Oh,
and
you're ruining the pizza.
breadsticks,
Like
and-
literally pizza.
Yeah, anything like that in ranch is
So no
delicious.
marinara sauce for your breadstick.
No,
Oh.
no ranch.
Buddy.
Yeah, just ranch.
buddy.
I've put ranch in like macaroni, not like macaroni and cheese, but like a
like a bake.
That still doesn't
something
sound
like
good.
that, or I think I've like some spaghetti. Yeah,
That-
a little
but
bit
that
in there.
doesn't sound.
It's-
You're
I did-
losing me real
okay.
quick here. Spaghetti and ranch.
Yeah, that's disgusting. The weirdest thing I saw though, thinking of like spaghetti and ranch, just makes me think of salad and spaghetti. I was at my house once and
Good, solid start.
once, just
this one time I was at home. No, but like I was at home, and this was at the point in my life, just this fall, where I think everyone in the house. Well, this is still common most of the time. Is when in a relationship, except for me.
Right.
And
The
I-
Josh phenomenon.
Yeah, the Josh phenomenon. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
But so it was Kyle and Callie and Derek and Tana and Dylan and Maddie. And then Callie's friend from Oregon was over, and so she was over too. And we were all eating spaghetti together, and there was
Okay.
salad. And then she put the spaghetti sauce on the salad,
The sauce, not the spaghetti.
the sauce.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like she put it on the spaghetti too, but then put the spaghetti sauce on the salad. And so she was eating salad with this spaghetti sauce on it. Weirdest thing I'd ever seen. It was very, very strange.
Yeah, I can't get
Just-
down with that.
Yeah, and so that's almost weirder than ranch on a lot of things. Is spaghetti sauce on your salad? I think
The weird thing is like spaghetti, like tomatoes on a salad,
not bad.
no problem.
Totally good.
Right?
Sure.
What's wrong with that? But for some reason, if you grind those up and cook them,
Yeah.
don't do it.
I think that's the thing. Is it was just like it's this hot,
Oh, and it
like,
makes all wilt and nasty.
Yeah, and you just seems really gross.
Yeah. I
and
can
plus
see that.
I get like chicken salad or
Uh-huh.
like bacon in your salad or pepperoni slices in your salad.
Uh-huh.
But beef in your salad just kind of throws me off.
Beef?
Yeah, like because it was a beef sauce, and so
Got it. Okay, I'm
you know,
tracking.
Yeah, it's just beef and salad just doesn't sound like a really
I'm
good
done
thing.
defending this decision. It,
Yeah.
it was bad.
So sorry that interrupted your story about ranch, but
No,
Oh,
that
yeah.
just came to mind.
It's about
You were currently making our stomachs turn over here. You said ranch and spaghetti, though. Can we not gloss over that?
Yeah.
So you boiled your spaghetti.
Mhm.
You put it in a bowl.
Mhm.
You take out the ranch.
And you just put the ranch,
Well,
Stop it
like-
where.
Yeah, that's
Like,
about, I mean,
so-
like, this is
like Alfredo sauce, but instead of Alfredo, it's ranch.
well. I'm
Or
thinking like
just
like,
a hint
This is
of-
like just a hint.
Okay, it's almost like
like spaghetti and meatballs,
Just a
Sure.
kind of thing,
Sure.
with a little bit of ranch.
Okay.
It just kind of provides a cool
so it's almost like
taste to
The
counteract
cheese
the
on top.
spicier.
A cool
instead
ranch,
of instead
if
of
you
like
will.
Parmesan copyright.
Copyright.
so instead of like Parmesan cheese on top,
Uh-huh.
it was ranch on top.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not about that.
I think the other thing is I'm really particular, and my wife knows this, about foods touching. I don't like
Yeah,
it.
I'm not.
I will
feel
wash
that.
4 plates if I have to.
Sure.
Because I don't want my food to touch. And so it's like salad goes in a bowl.
Yeah.
That goes in a bowl so you don't accidentally get something wet on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think I've probably consumed spaghetti or ranch on my spaghetti at some point because of this, but I'm sure I was uncomfortable with it. Also, hey, bringing it back to Colin stories, the
back to
Colin
Colin
cast that we're on right now. One day he shows up to work. You might be aware of this, with like 4 days worth of spaghetti. I don't think anything of this because he
4
brings
days.
pasta all the time,
Okay.
right? So
So you're anticipating that this will last the week.
right, yes. So Monday he eats the spaghetti. It's fine. Tuesday he eats the spaghetti. Didn't say anything. I think nothing of this. Right. This is the most lame story in the world so far. Wednesday eats spaghetti, no problem. Thursday, one of my coworkers had a birthday, so we had a lunch for them. And I was standing in line waiting to get Pan Express or whatever it was that we were having for this birthday lunch. And Colin goes, "Oh man, I am so glad that we have this because now I don't have to eat my spaghetti for today." And I was like, "What are you talking about? It looked fine." He was like, "No, I ran out of red sauce, so I put salsa on it."
He's eating
he had
spaghetti.
4 days worth.
Wait, no. Every day was salsa.
Every day he had
Oh.
salsa spaghetti, and
Oh
apparently
my.
he had hated it.
No.
But he was like, meal prep Sunday.
yeah.
I'm out of
And-
red sauce. Might as well just put a thing of picante, or no, not picante, but just salsa in it.
Boy.
And then proceeded to commit to eating it for a week. I was impressed by that, but also shocked and
That-
disgusted. at the
That's
same time.
pretty bad.
I watched him prep that.
Did you
Did
try
you
some?
really?
No, I didn't. No.
You just try a little bit, like, could use some ranch.
Why balance it out? You never know.
It's disgusting.
Okay.
All of that just sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
No, I don't know. And I feel like a lot of that stuff is like bachelor food too.
Sure.
You know, like
Yeah.
I got away with eating tons of crap when I
Right.
was a bachelor because it was just
Me
like,
and
who
Austin
cares?
still do. It's wonderful.
Right.
You know,
It's great.
we were talking about that while we were making lunch before this, and just
Yeah.
the food that Austin and I eat that you no longer apparently eat.
Well, you know, I don't know. Okay. So then question for you two then.
Yeah.
What is one meal that you've had in the last year that made you stop and go, man, I'm a bachelor?
Yeah, I think actually it was. I had noodles for dinner for 5 days in a row, and it was fresh noodles every night. And the only difference was one night I had red sauce, the next night I had Alfredo sauce, and then I went with basil pesto. Then after
Okay.
that, and then I had to like rotate again back into that, so it was red sauce again. And then by the time I think I was on Alfredo for the second night in a row, I was just like, what am I doing with my life?
Because you could have bought anything else.
I could have, or at least like bought some meat to put in there or something to add some protein.
Just
The
carbs.
thing that really got me though was I'm doing this, and then my roommate Kendall,
Oh, I love
who-
Kendall.
and Kendall's like
He's fantastic.
bachelor to the max.
Okay.
You
All
know,
right.
like more bachelor than me. He's got a bed on the floor.
Okay. Is he in the garage?
He's not in the garage.
You did have a roommate in
I
the
did have
garage.
a roommate in the garage,
But he's not. Okay.
He's not in the garage. He lived in our living room for a while we had 5 guys in the house.
Okay.
But he's got his own room. Just kind of a messy dude. You know, I don't know if I've ever seen him wash a dish.
Okay.
I love Kendall. I'm
Whoa.
just
We
gonna
are
clarify.
trashing him.
We are trashing Kendall a lot, but he's just a bachelor. You know, he's 20. He's
He's a wild stallion.
he is a wild stallion right now. And what got me was he was giving me a hard time about eating noodles
Oh,
for this. And
okay.
at that point, you know, it's
Well,
like,
what
this
was
is
he
pretty
eating,
bachelor.
though?
He was eating pizza. So, and that's what Kendall does. It's like pizza every night of the week. And so,
Oh man, does
you
he?
know,
Where from though? Like DiGiorno, or are we talking?
you know,
copyright bake.
I think-
bake at home pizza.
bacon on pizza.
Or are we
Every
talking
time we
like?
say a brand name, we're going to say copyright behind it.
I'm pretty sure you're allowed to say brand names on a podcast.
No, I think I'm trying to remember where he got his. I think usually it was like Little Caesars or Costco pizza. Copyright Costco.
Yeah. Costco's so great though.
Costco pizza is pretty
Let's
wonderful.
be honest with ourselves. No matter where you are in life, Costco's the best
Yeah.
restaurant in town.
It's true.
Like,
True.
It's
I
true.
love cooking, and I don't enjoy going to like cheap restaurants all that often. But Costco's just,
Oh man,
it's so good.
The fact that you get like you can go there and get this giant hot dog or
that
a really
doesn't
good-
fit in the bun.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the bun. The chicken bake, I haven't had it yet, but everyone says the chicken
Oh.
bake there is just the best thing on the planet.
Chicken bake there is the best thing on the planet.
And their pizza is just wonderful. And
It's good.
And you buy all that, and you're still spending less than $5.
I know it's like
And
a
you're like, this is
$1.50 for what my dad refers to as a rat gut and a Coke, which would be a hot dog,
and
any
a pop.
beverage,
Yeah.
not a Coke,
Sure.
because they don't
They
sell
don't
Coke.
even
products.
sell- yeah, it's not even Coke products.
They used to.
It's
That's-
Pepsi products,
That was the
though.
interesting thing, though.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? They used
Back
to
in the
sell
Dizzy?
Coke. Yes, Josh. Back in the Dizzy, they used to sell Coke products, and then Coke wanted to raise their prices at Costco
yeah,
locations
yeah.
by like 3 cents, and
Costco
like that.
said, heck no.
And then Pepsi was on it immediately.
Yeah.
So it's crazy
Remember
how
that.
quick that turned
I
over.
remember that because I remember when I lived in Missoula, we would go to Costco all the time.
Yeah.
And my parents refused to buy me a hot dog every time we were there, and it killed me. But I remember
Because
they
it was
had-
like 11 a.m.
yeah,
10
probably.
a.m.
It's pretty early in the morning.
You're sounding salty, but they're probably right.
Yeah. But I just remember they had the picnic tables in the like the with the little umbrella
umbrellas?
stand, and they were Coke umbrella stands.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's like,
just what
don't
are they
even-
now? Are they just red and white with no Coke
I
labels?
think I don't even know if they have the umbrella
They
stands.
turned them all
just
inside
have
out?
the
The
tables
umbrellas
now.
are gone.
Yeah.
Oh, are they really?
And so now it's just red tables in
Okay.
Pepsi.
Well,
products
because
in the
our
fountain
Costco doesn't even
machine.
have outdoor seating, so there's
It
no
does.
reason for the
That's true.
umbrellas. The
That's
Missoula
true.
one does.
It does.
Right?
Yeah.
I think so. It at least has it's kind of it almost seems more segregated from
Right.
the rest of the store.
The restaurant part of it?
Yeah. So you,
right.
you feel more comfortable walking in just to get food there.
Isn't that the worst? You're trying to sneak through the wrong way.
right?
And
And you're just like,
"I'm
I just
here for
want
the
food.
It just feels like you're doing something
Yeah.
wrong, and then
Oh,
they have
yeah.
the checkers there who are just like these big muscular men and women who are just standing there ready to run you down if
Yeah.
you had one unaccounted item in your cart.
It's true. Yeah. And
So-
you're just a little nervous about everything when you go in.
Yeah.
It's like the most exclusive club on the planet, and it's just for food. Like
It's so good though.
It is wonderful.
I'm sure
I
there's a
love
lot
Costco.
of money there in
Yeah.
terms of.
Austin, do you have a Costco card?
Yes, I do
Okay,
now.
just
I
checking.
just got one like
I know.
last
I just
month,
got one
and it's-
last fall, and I was
It
so
is-
thankful to have it.
I'm really
it's-
excited.
Wonderful.
We've been getting by on the fact that my wife looks enough like her mom.
Oh, nice.
But
to keep using theirs.
At this point, I'm like, I don't feel right about that.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
every once in a while, my dad will text me. He's like, I'm going to Costco. Do you need anything? And I just am like, muffins.
Muffins, because you gotta have the muffins. Yeah.
Also taquitos, but I gotta not eat those.
Yeah.
Those
Or
things are crack,
the
my
little
dude.
mini frozen tacos that are like this big. That's pretty bachelor. Have you
Frozen
ever-
tacos?
It's like a little taco shaped frozen thing, and there's actually just like this. It's pretty much taquito insides.
Okay.
With a little open shell.
Oh, really? It's like a hard
It
shell?
looks like a little mini hard shell taco.
Oh, that sounds kind of good. Like a pizza bite
Yeah, exactly.
type food, but
It-
taco.
sounds
Exactly. Yeah, they're in the frozen food section. I think right next to the pizza bites.
Okay.
honestly.
I'd totally buy some of those and
Yeah.
microwave them.
And I think, thankfully, a lot of times when I go to Costco, it's like with Derek Marks, and so I feel
Uh-huh.
bad buying crap.
Oh, 'cause
while
he's
I'm
buying
with him.
good food?
Because he's buying like this is giant football player who's
Right.
the healthiest guy on the planet, and so I'm
Totally.
like, self control, Josh, and give it a shot. And then I go home and I'm kind of just sad.
And
that
then
I
you
don't
go
have
down the cheese aisle and lose all
Yes.
self-control.
You're like, I need all of the cheese,
They have 128 cheese sticks in a bag. I need it.
and it's only $10.
I actually have 2 of the world's biggest frozen mozzarella bags in my freezer right now just because
Nice.
I'm like, I need
I need
mozzarella.
that mozzarella.
You gotta have it.
Makes sense.
It's hard to shred your own. I
Right.
just get tired of it.
Yeah.
So,
That's the nice thing about Costco, though, is you buy so much and then you just throw it in the freezer
right.
and you don't buy it again.
But it's hard though, like, and you guys all have lots of roommates, right? You have what?
I have
4 roommates?
Just 4 of us total in the house. Now.
Okay.
So 3 roommates.
And you have like
We
A
have
million and a
5
half.
total.
5
5
total, but
total.
Quentin's
It will have 6 total.
Okay.
for a
Total
brief period of time.
Yeah.
So do they have like
That's
I don't know if
some
you've been to his house.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I've been to his house.
But they
I
have
know.
that closet
Yep.
with like the metal racks that is Costco in there.
It is Costco.
Like, so that's nice because you actually have a lot of roommates. But for like me, if it's just 2 of us, it's like they sell milk in like 3 gallon or
Yeah,
3
just-
1 gallon things. It's like
Yeah.
we're never gonna. Well, maybe Madison will, but I
Right.
can't. I don't drink
Yeah.
milk.
I got to
So-
be pretty careful because, yeah, like we go to Costco, but a lot of times we still buy our own separate food and we have our own shelves and stuff. And so I don't know if that's how you guys do stuff or if you share a lot. But,
Oh, yeah, that's a good
you know,
question.
we do all our own separate food except for milk, which is a problem when you live with a football player because
drink
he
a lot of
drinks
milk.
a lot more milk than I do.
Okay.
And then it turns out Kendall Carpenter drinks a lot of milk too. And I'm kind of sitting here like I had a bowl of cereal this week, so I don't feel like I want to contribute to your milk purchases right now.
Okay.
Because the amount of time it takes me to go through a gallon is considerably smaller,
Same.
like larger amount of time.
Yeah.
But then you got to be careful because like I went in and bought orange juice there, and it came in like 3 half-gallon things of orange juice.
Right.
And I still got one in the freezer and one in the
Oh,
fridge
you
that
froze-
I froze it, which was actually
Did
a
it
really
explode?
bad idea. It didn't explode, but it's swollen.
It compromised
for
the
sure.
container.
It compromised the container.
Because it's like a paper
And
container,
Here's
right?
the thing: like in my mind, I was thinking if I just throw it in the fridge overnight, it'll thaw out.
Maybe like over a week.
Right, over a week would work. But I was thinking like, I don't know if you guys ever put like a frozen steak in the fridge for 24 hours or something. You got a nice kind of cold steak that you can throw on the grill and you
Sure.
don't have to worry about thawing it out.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
anything. I thought this would happen with the orange juice, and it did not happen. So I had this like partially frozen orange juice bottle, and I'm like, booyah, I'm gonna drink some orange juice.
Uh-huh.
I think I was making a smoothie or something maybe, and I went and cracked it open, and it like exploded all over me and all over the kitchen.
Oh,
I'm like,
so the liquid had gone to the top and the ice was underneath.
well,
just
there was
like-
just so much pressure because it like expanded and there was still a lot of ice in there, so it just had this like large amount of pressure that released when I opened it up, and there was orange juice everywhere. I was like,
Okay.
I feel like an idiot. I should have seen that coming. And Derek's fiance Tana's just looking at me like, Josh, you're dumb. I'm like, you should have known this by now, Tana. Like, we've known each other for a number of years. You should be aware how dumb I actually am.
Well, I think one of the worst things about orange juice is how sticky it is.
Right. It's very sticky.
Like,
And that was a bummer.
it's incredible, like shockingly so.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't think that dried orange juice would be that sticky, but it is.
Right. Yeah.
Very.
The bummer thing was I was wearing a sweatshirt that I had just washed. So I had this really, like, just this nice.
Was it white?
No, it was gray.
Okay.
So it cleaned out well, and you don't see it anymore. But I was just bummed because it was kind of a newer sweatshirt, and it was just covered in orange juice now,
Yeah.
and I couldn't wear it the rest of the week. And it was when it was still colder out, so it was like good sweatshirt weather. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
It's okay, buddy.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
But honestly, I would say points for inventiveness in freezing
freezing orange juice.
orange
yeah.
juice. I wouldn't have thought of that.
I still have one in the freezer that I'm like, I need to get that out sometime and actually let that thaw.
Put it on the porch.
Yeah, we'll just throw it out there for a bit. But
Okay.
I think it's the last time I buy orange juice at Costco.
Yeah, that's just
Just
a
a
struggle. I
hassle.
mean, if it's like toilet paper or something,
Right.
it's like
Toilet paper
sure,
is wonderful.
give me 64 rolls
Yeah.
of toilet paper. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, most perishables I can't really
Right.
deal with.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. It's like meat is awesome because you can freeze meat.
Yes,
which
and
is
they
great.
have the best deals on the
They
best
do
meat.
have really good meat. I think I ate pork for dinner for months straight once.
a pork
because-
chop?
Yeah, pork chops because they had pork chops on sale.
Yep.
By then I was like, I don't want a pork chop again for a really long time.
Yeah.
But it was awesome while I had them.
Yeah.
So, but then like chicken and the steak's still way expensive there.
It is. Well, I think it's because it's USDA choice,
it's true.
which is
Yeah,
like apparently it's like I don't know if you know this, but there's like this USDA is like some sort of governmental organization that certifies food, and so they will label the good stuff as choice and prime. So that's what a prime rib is actually supposed to be, a USDA prime rib.
Okay,
So
good to know.
yeah, there you go.
Choice cut of steak is like real deal then.
So just having that sticker on it makes it immediately more expensive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but I feel like though obviously per pound it's the best
Right.
price for anything USDA
It's true.
choice.
It's
so.
true.
But you also have to buy like 10 of them. They're like,
Yeah.
you want a steak? Here, have 9 more.
You're like, oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't come here to spend $70 on meat.
Right. But you kind of have to. It's like, okay, I guess I'm getting steak forever, which I would have I would be much more excited about eating steak for a month straight than pork chops for a month straight.
Totally. Yeah, I think your arteries wouldn't though. The thing for me though is that my uncle is a rancher and farmer,
Oh,
so
so you get a lot of free steak from him.
and it's the best.
Yeah.
It's hand fed, corn fed.
Oh,
I'm not a
that's good stuff.
grass fed beef guy. I don't know if you have a preference or care,
But you do.
grass fed is like the thing now.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, grass fed.
Yeah.
It's like happy cows out there. Whatever. Shove corn down their throats. I love it. It's great
Yeah.
because they do taste kind of grassy.
Mhm.
You can tell when you're eating
Sure.
the beef if they've been
Yeah.
eating grass or corn.
Yeah. See, my grandpa was a rancher.
Mhm.
He's too old to ranch now, is what it comes down to. So he's leasing on his property, but sold his cows recently. But before that, we would get beef from him, and he actually grew alfalfa in his fields,
Oh.
and they would just graze on alfalfa, which I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not super picky about steak either, but
Right.
um,
And a lot of
I like
times they'll add something to the steak to make
Yeah.
it look pinker.
right.
Which I don't like as much. It naturally turns gray, and I think people are
Yeah.
afraid of that. So there's like what I call the mystery meat section
Oh yeah.
at my local grocery store
Okay.
that has like
We don't avoid
Copyright.
copyright.
copyright. I'm trying not to dox myself either. Let people know where I am. But they'll like move it's like the about to expire
Oh yeah.
meat to that
Yeah,
section.
I've been there before, and it's a wonderful section to
It's
be.
my favorite. It's like
You know.
30 to 50% off.
Yeah.
And so if I'm like, I want a steak today,
Yeah.
then I will go there and like, I wouldn't buy one and then keep it in the fridge for 3 days.
Right.
But like, if I want to eat one that day, it's perfect. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
sometimes I got like 3 New York steaks or 4. Cause we were having friends over, another
Oh,
couple for, I think it was $15 for the 4 of them. And they were phenomenal.
Dude.
It was really good stuff. So
That's real good.
mystery meat section, shout out.
It's a big time section. I
Copyright.
remember I
Not-
did that once.
I'm
was-
going to copyright mystery meat section.
I'm going to copyright this. But I love that place. I remember I went to a grocery store after working one day. I was working, and then I went and worked out, and I was like sitting there doing some exercise, and I want a steak tonight. You know, just felt super manly as I was probably doing just curls or something like super
With like a little
showy.
pink
Yeah, little
2
pink,
pounders.
2-pound dumbbells, feeling manly, looking like a wimp actually.
Going for reps, not
Yeah,
weight.
yeah. You know, it's curls for the girls is what it comes down to.
Oh boy.
Hashtag why I'm single.
Getting to the bottom of the Josh effect here.
Yeah. No, but I just hadn't had steak in a really long time, and so I went to the mystery. Well, I went first to the regular section and was looking at the steak, and it looked really good. And then I saw the mystery meat section and checked it out, and I could get 4 steaks there for the price of 1. And I just threw the other 3 in the freezer
Yep.
because if you freeze meat, it doesn't go bad.
Yeah, it stops time.
Just it does. Everyone knows that. Which is why I'm gonna have my body frozen when I die.
Oh.
so that way they can bring
So
me
we
back
can
to
eat
life.
you later. And you'll still be fresh.
That's right. I'm aware that one day we're gonna run out of beef.
Okay.
And I just want people to have something to eat.
Well, at
so-
least you're corn fed, not grass
yeah,
fed.
that's true.
We got to wrap this up, though. I think we're about at the end of our time limit. So
All right,
it's
I
been a
don't know.
privilege, gentlemen,
Yeah.
and an honor. to
Nathan.
be-
Thanks for filling in for Jeff again. We appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
We will come back next week, and
Probably later this week.
that's true.
I don't know when this is going to air, to be honest.
We'll figure it out.
This is the first episode. We don't know what we're talking about.
Especially you as the guest.
Right, exactly. So,
There we have it.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yep.
What are we at? 30 minutes?
Are we at 30? I wasn't even watching the clock, to be honest with you.
Oh, dang it.
That missed like half of what we were talking about. That's super smooth.
Okay, well, I guess it's really easy to go more than